Okay, this month's shorter circuit is for buns and guns. So welcome, let's get started. We're gonna be doing 3 banded glute movements, mostly hip abduction, which is moving things out from the midline. And then 3 exercises for the guns. It's tank top season. Let's get those guns nice and toned for the season ahead. We'll be doing some biceps, some triceps, and actually triceps you could use weight, or I'll show you a body weight variation, and some deltoids, the shoulders, some raises to the front, lateral, and then some bent over rear delt flies. So let's get started. First up, we have the lateral band walk. By the way, the equipment you're gonna need for this, a band, booty band, some heavier weights, maybe 10 pounds for your biceps, 10 and up, though not as heavy as you can go because we're gonna do a tempo, which makes it a little harder. Some lighter weights for the deltoid work. I have actually 3-pounders here. I tend to go very light on that stuff and just do more reps if I need more of a challenge. And then a bench or a couch or a chair so that you can do some kind of dip from the chair. Possibly a mat, or at least an area of ground where you're comfortable lying down. Okay, first up we have the lateral band walk. So you're gonna slip that glute loop over your legs. Just a reminder that closer to the knees is harder, closer to the hips is easier. So what I'm gonna have you do is kind of get in like a quarter squat, and then think knees out to kind of turn on that glute med, and from there, little lateral steps to the side. So that was 4, I'm gonna go back, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're gonna go for 40 total. That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, halfway. Now if I didn't have room, I could just go back and forth. I believe that's 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, really using just that glute med. 37, 38, last 2, 39, and 40. I always like to do a little hinge to kind of release some of that pressure before I take the band off. And then actually I think we're gonna keep the band, yep. The next one is lying on the ground, a banded hip bridge to a supine hip abduction. I also like to jokingly refer to this as the banded pap. You'll see why in a moment. Ladies, if you are familiar with your annual, so you'll lay back, knees out, bridge, then legs up, and hip abduction. So now you might have that image in your mind. So that was 1 each, that's 2 each. We're gonna do 10 each or 20 total. Here's 3, 3, squeeze at the top, open, 4, driving into the heels. Now here I'm not gonna have my knees too close to my chest, kind of keep them out at that 90-degree position, makes it harder. 5, tuck the chin, feet up. 6, possibly touch the glute med to stay engaged. 7, 3 more. Last 1. Last 2. And last 3. 10 each, 20 total. Rock and roll up. And the last one, you might want to find something to hold on to for this one, just for a little bit of balance, even just the wall is totally fine here. So each leg, we're going to go 2 directions, 10 reps each, so 20 reps per side or 40 reps total. The first move is a hip abduction, which again is moving the leg away from the midline. So let's say you're standing on the right leg, then the left leg is kind of kicking out to the side. If anything, the toe, big toe is pointing in and the heel is out. I believe that was about 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, then when you hit 10, kicking back. So also think of that as extending through the hip. That's 3, 4, really squeeze that glute, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then same thing, other side, abducting first, toe down, heel up, 4, 5, good posture, 7, 8, 9. Last one, then extend through the hip, kick back for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, you can actually just keep the band on because you're not gonna use it, but we're gonna let the lower body rest while the upper body works. First, your heavier set of weight for your bicep curls. We're gonna do this with a tempo, a 2, 2, 2, 2 tempo, and 8 reps total. So it doesn't sound like a lot of reps, but when you add this tempo of 1, 2, 1, 2, you feel it a little more. Also, just remember, we're gonna do bicep curl into hammer curl. So it looks like this. Bicep, turn so that the palms are facing each other, hammer down. Turn, you might even wanna just kind of go outwards. It's a little easier, especially if your dumbbells are big like mine. Turn, face them together, hammer down. So that's 2. Notice I'm keeping that tempo. 1, 2, hammer down. 1, 2, that's 3. Turn, bicep, 2, turn, hammer, bicep, 3, turn, 1. Might have messed up my counting, but you get a bonus rep if anything. Good, 5, 3 more, starting to feel it. Keeping those wrists stiff, don't let the wrists bend. Good, notice I'm exhaling on the harder part of the movement. We're gonna call this 7, though it might already be 8. Possibly a bonus rep here. 1, 2, turn, 1, 2. Good, shrug those shoulders, let them rest. We can put the heavy weights down, and now we're gonna do the triceps. Now you could do triceps with dumbbells, same thing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just stop around the hip, that's an option. Or if you have a chair, bench, or couch, I'm gonna show you with body weight. This one's just a nice variation because you can do it anywhere. So kind of set your shoulders up, back and down, butt close to the bench, same tempo, 1, 2, 1, 2. Notice I'm not going so low that it compromises my shoulder integrity, just to about here and then back up. If I do want to make it harder, I have some options. I can do straight legs. I think this is maybe 4. With that tempo, you definitely feel it. Or I could even do legs elevated on something if I had another bench, another chair, etc. I think that was 5. 3 more. Elbows straight back. Don't let those shoulders come forward too much. 6. I definitely feel that. The tricep is a very tiny muscle. It exhausts very quickly. Last one. 8. Good. Little roll. Pick up your lighter weights for the shoulders. Now, the shoulders, you have 3 parts. You have the front of the shoulder, the front delt, the side of the shoulder, the lateral delt, and the back of the shoulder, the reverse delt. For me in particular, the reverse delt is hard to connect to, like mine muscle connect. I think just because it's behind me and I don't see it. That might be the case for you too. And in general, your shoulders are just very small and really not like one muscle. It's, like I said, 3 parts and they're all kind of just hanging together with a lot of connective tissue. Very easy to injure your shoulders, and a shoulder injury is no joke. So definitely go light on these, and if you want to up something, up the reps. So first we'll do front raise. I like to do a little bit of an angle, but it truly depends on your shoulder anatomy, how that feels. You might just want straight, you might want thumbs up, you might want somewhere in the middle. I think actually thumbs up feels best to me. So let me check. We're gonna do the not a tempo, because sometimes for shoulders that can be too much. And we're gonna do 10, 10, 10, front, lateral, rear delt. So first to the front, 1. Notice I'm not going like way up here, just to parallel with the ground. 2, little bend in the knee, shoulders over hips, hips over feet. That was 4, 5, 6. Again, I like my thumbs up a little more, feels better on my shoulders. 8, last 2, 9, last 1, 10. Little shoulder roll. Now lateral, same thing. I like thumbs up. You might like down. Notice I'm not completely lateral. I'm kind of in that frontal plane, maybe 30 degrees, maybe 45, but probably more like 30 degrees, possibly thumbs up from there. 1, 2, 3. Give yourself a thumbs up. 4. Again, not like way up here, just parallel with the ground. 5. And really trying to feel that lateral shoulder, which is a tiny muscle. Try not to use all this other stuff, and in particular your neck likes to get involved, or your traps, and that's how we get neck aches and all this stuff. Try to really go light and use the appropriate muscle, just that literal, tiny little lateral delt. Okay, that's definitely gotta be 10. Shake it out, take a little break if you need it, reset. This is the hardest one for me. You kind of do bent over, almost like, once you set your shoulders, almost like you're gonna row, but you're gonna keep your arms mostly straight, maybe a little bend in the elbow, and fly instead. So again, try to really think about that little reverse delt muscle, which is so hard to target when you're doing this. Think about pinching a pencil between your shoulder blades at the top. 5, 6, neck is an extension of the back. 8, 9, and 10. All right, that was kind of the baby giraffe learn the circuit round. So let's go through it one more time, a little bit more quickly, so that I can give you the timestamp to start and end. And then with this one, you can just repeat it through as many times as you want. Now, depends on what you're going for. If you're just taking a brain break from work, maybe a couple, 1 or 2 rounds, takes a couple minutes, you get the blood flowing, you're good to go. If this is your workout for the day and you have a little bit more time to commit, I would recommend 3 to 4, maybe even 5 or 6 rounds of this, and just kind of take into account how your neck and shoulders feel. Glutes, I think you're gonna be fine. It's just a band and body weight. If anything, that'll just be some nice blood flow for recovery from your heavier lifting days, all right? So let's start. Oh, another idea too, if you feel a lot in your neck, you could go back and forth. So you could do like a glute move, an arm move, a glute move, an arm move, a glute move, an arm move. So totally up to you how you want to approach that. But I like to kind of just get all the glutes done, all the arms done, and then cycle back through. But you have options. So make sure you have your heavy weights handy, your light weights handy, your glute loop on, a bench or chair nearby. And let's start off with that 40 lateral band walk. So coming into that quarter squat position, knees abducting, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, in whatever space you have. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mind muscle connect to that little glute med, that's 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, halfway, from the side, 22, 24, 26, good posture, just a little forward lean, 30, 34, 35, 36, last few, 38, 39, last one, a little hinge to release. Now back down on the floor for your bridge to your supine hip abduction, aka your banded tap. Rock and roll down, knees out, bridge up, tuck the chin, legs up to 90 degrees, and legs out to the side. Just like you're visiting your favorite doctor. Let's do. Tuck the chin. Hands behind the head might feel nice, or possibly hands on the glute med. Make sure that those glutes are engaging. I believe that was 5. We're gonna do 10 total. 10 each, 20 total. That was 6, 7, good exhale on the hard part. 8. Now you could make this harder with a harder band, last one, or adding a second band perhaps. However, you don't want to go so hard that you kind of lose the connection to your glutes, so just be mindful of that. All right, standing up, first we have the 10 hip abduction, then 10 kickback, and then switch legs for 40 total, 10, 10, 10, 10. First to the side, toe down, heel up, that was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, kicking back. Oh, give myself some space. Hip extension, 4, 5, 6, hips pointed forward, like headlights, 9, 10, flip it around, other direction, toe down, heel up, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep engaging that glute med, 8, 9, 10, then extend it back as you kick back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, really squeeze, 9, last one, 10. All right, let's let those glutes rest, get into the upper body with our simple bicep curl. So we have that 1, 2, up, turn to the hammer, 1, 2, down, 8 total. 1, 2, turn, 1, 2, that's 2. Bicep up, 2, turn, 1, 2, that's 3. Turn, curl up, 2, hammer down, that's 4. And the side looks like this. Hammer. Notice I have a little bend in my knee, that was 5. Keeping my elbows close to my sides the whole time, not swinging those arms at all. Full control, wrists are stable. 7, last one. Exhale on the hard part. And there's 8. A little rest and reset. Come to your bench chair or couch. Remember, option to do that with dumbbells as well for the tricep kickback. Otherwise, 8 tempo body weight dips. Here we go. 1, 2 down, 1, 2 up. 1, 2 down, 1, 2 up. 1, 2 down, 1, 2 up. That's 3. That's halfway. If it's too easy, start playing around. Maybe one leg up. Maybe legs go long. That was 5. Maybe you elevate the legs. 6. Last 2. The closer your butt is, the harder it will be, and don't go too low. Last one. 8. Nice. Possibly a little arm stretch in between, then pick up your lighter weights for those deltoid movements, front, side, and rear. Here we go. Thumbs up or whatever feels good to your shoulders. 10 reps each, nice and light and controlled. Not swinging the arms, not going above parallel. That's half. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Little shrug to reset. Take as much of a break as you need so that you keep it out of your neck and traps. When you're ready, restarting lateral, frontal plane, 2, 3. Really try to feel those lateral deltoids working, the sides of your shoulders, not your neck, not your traps. Easier said than done. Last 2. Good. Shrug it out. Rest a little bit. And coming forward for that rear delt fly. First, set the shoulders back, and then almost like you're a bird, caw. That's 3. Pinch that pencil. 4. Stay low. 5, 6. Really tune into that little back of the shoulder. 8, 9. Last one. 10. Excellent work. Feel free to pause here. Go back to the timestamp. Repeat as many times as you like. Otherwise, I'll show you a couple of little stretches once you're done for the day. First, right arm over left, a little hook, and then right shoulder down away from the ear. Hug that arm in, feels so good. Lean the left ear towards the left shoulder. Get a little stretch down the neck. Shake it out. And then right arm up and over. Left hand grabs that right elbow. But depending on your mobility, possibly that left arm can come down and around, and you can touch or even grab that right hand. No worries if you cannot do that. You could do a towel in between perhaps, and then switch sides. So left arm across and over. My microphone is there, hopefully you can still hear me. Left shoulder down away from the ear, and then left arm up and over. Grab that left elbow with the right shoulder, possibly depending on mobility, which can differ side to side. Right arm around, touch or grab. Again, if that isn't available to you, you might want to grab a towel like this and see if you can use that to get a nice stretch. Very nice. And then you could come into maybe a pigeon stretch on the floor. Always feels very nice after glute work. Just want to make sure you can see me okay. The angle here. Oh, it's not really cooperating. So let's use the bench. This is also a nice variation. You might want your mat nearby for this one, for your knee. And then one leg can come up on the chair, bench, or couch, kind of like a pigeon pose. And then this one actually feels like more of a stretch sitting upwards, I think. And then maybe even crossing right hand over left knee and twisting. Maybe the left hand goes back. Though you can also lean forward. Oh yeah, it's a good stretch too. It's just a different part of the glute. So feel that out. And then switching sides. Of course, a pigeon stretch can also just be done on the ground. But since the camera wasn't gonna show it to you well, I thought I'd show you the elevated one. Then left hand to right knee, possibly give yourself that twist. Right hand might look back, might look over that right palm. And then hand by the foot, hand by the knee, lean it forward for a different glute stretch. I also really love doing a figure 4 stretch after glute work. So for this one, you simply take a seat and make kind of a figure 4 with your leg, right ankle over left thigh, and then kind of flex that right ankle, kind of push out on the right thigh and give yourself a little forward lean. You'll feel a lot of glute with that stretch. And then same thing other side, right foot down, left foot up, flex that left foot, kind of push into the left thigh near the knee and lean forward. And this is just a great quick circuit to get a little bit of blood flow. Blood flow always leads to recovery. Recovery always gets you back in the gym quicker so that you can keep building muscle and get to your goals faster. Thanks for joining me.